many ways can I say, man, damn it, let's toast. I ain't gotta brag, ain't gotta boast. I ain't made it yet, but damn it, I'm close. And everybody knows I'm going the most. Except no imitation. I'm inspiration. I'm elevation.
I be so mountain high, I'm feeling elevated. Fuck it, I can touch the sky. Riding this escalator, way to reach my destination. Never hesitating, even when them haters keep on hating. I'm the life of the party. No tailgating, drink that Bacardi. We fucking celebrating, no limitations. I gotta go all the way, and this time I'll be paving my own way, letting no one hold me back or talk behind my back. And let's make it toss and never going broke, that's a fact. It's my life, I gotta make the best out of that. Inspired by the fire in my eyes that light up the night.
Nobody got to hold me back. If you're feeling zoned, come on in, let's go. Damn it, let's toast. I ain't gotta brag, ain't gotta boast. I ain't made it yet, but damn it, I'm close. And everybody knows I'm going the most. Except no limitations. I'm inspiration. I'm elevation. I'm inspiration.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is Skylyfe Projects. Hope y'all doing good and staying super blessed. Today I got another video for you guys, and we're going to be going over my 2021 Honda Civic Type R FK8. The ownership just hit 12,000 miles on the odometer. It's coming up on 2 years old, so yeah, not many miles, but I want to tell you guys what it's like to own, from the good, the happy, the sad, the bad, the ugly, whatever the case is. Maybe things Honda could improve in the future on the 11th gen Honda Civic Type R. So before I do show you guys around the car, the things that I do like, things I don't like, the maintenance schedule, everything like that for the Type R, how expensive it is, to own, cost of ownership is what we call it, things like that. Please like, please subscribe, hit that notification bell so you always be alerted for future uploads like this. And we're in my backyard right now, so what I'm going to do is show you guys a little tour of the backyard, because it is relaxing, it is peaceful. I want to show you the pool. This is where I gather my thoughts, collect all my ideas that I want to do for videos, that I want to do in my life, future planning, everything like that. I literally come out here in the night and just think, and I just manifest. So that's what I want you guys to try. Find a personal space, a personal area that means something to you. Go over your accomplishments, your missions, everything like that that you need to build, etc. Okay, enough talk. I'll be right back with y'all. Alright guys, so right here next to my 2021 Honda Civic Type R FK8, the first thing I want to show you that I want to go over that I absolutely love about the car ever since day one, taking it off the showroom floor, has to be the style, the design. So looking over here, I'm going to step back a little bit. Before the modified parts, obviously I can't show you that right now, but I will throw up a pic right here when it used to be stock right there. So check that out. That's how it looked coming off the showroom floor. But now here's how it looks with the aftermarket parts on and everything, which I've gone over in previous videos. But you guys, coming from an OEM perspective, the design is still flawless. As you can see from the big side panels here, side rockers, all of this is function. The design is timeless. It looks like this car will age very, very well. It's not everybody's favorite cup of tea. Not everybody's a fan of this style, but I definitely am. I love the way it looks. Its aerodynamics makes all the sense in the world why Honda went this route. In my opinion, some think it's a little too aggressive. Well, I think it's just right. Especially how much room there is here for the front mount intercooler once you guys modify it. Yeah, it's huge. That Mishimoto, awesome. The hood, ignoring the carbon fiber hood, but the hood design, the hood scoop right here, yeah, it's just awesome. So definitely design. Now, number 2 is going to have to be the handling. The handling of this vehicle is second to none, y'all. Second to none, okay? It is superb. It is everything you wanted it to be and more. Around a track, in the canyons, around simple turns. It's got a great turning radius. You know, the handling is amazing, especially when you throw on some 18 rims and tires, wheels and tires, with upgraded suspension, which I have, the H&R springs. But even on stock height, stock suspension, the car is still flawless. And you can throw this thing in a hairpin like it's nobody's business. I promise you that. Compare it basically when you're on track, driving it like a Porsche, like a 911. Maybe not as far as a 911, but some kind of Porsche, okay? I would say, actually, you know what? Scratch that. I would say it handles like a 911, and you can make it handle like a GT3. That's the best analogy right there. So, handling, number 2. What would I say would be number 3? Well, number 3 would have to be their performance. And I'll show you guys under the hood in a moment. But their performance on this vehicle, even from the factory, 305 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque, it is just awesome. 0 to 60, 5.6 seconds, 5.4 seconds. If you know how to dance on your twinkle toes, then honestly, yeah, it's a high-performance vehicle, right? It's not just any Civic. It was meant to go fast. It's direct injected turbo, 2.0 direct injected turbo. Obviously from the factory, the sound is kind of an issue, and we'll talk about that in this video from the exhaust. But other than that, their performance is just amazing. And if you're not careful, you can really get in trouble with the law. Alright, y'all, let me show you under the hood. Give me a moment. Alright, here's a shot under the hood. But even from the factory, you guys, it's still a very high performing vehicle. Now, cooling is a big issue with these cars, right? So obviously cooling mods such as the front mount intercooler, a PRL intake, or even Venturi, whatever way you want to go, charge pipes, everything is pretty much a necessity in these cars. Radiator upgrade, hoses, things like that, because these cars get incredibly hot because the turbo is right under there, right under that heat shield. So it's literally right up in front. Highly recommend a PTP turbo blankets, turbo blanket. So it is just awesome. It definitely dissipates the heat. Obviously, I would definitely recommend a Mishimoto, coolant reservoir. It's reinforced, but radium, whatever you guys want to go with is fine too. But anyways, going back to what I was saying, the engine gets very hot, the turbo is very hot. It's a high performance vehicle. It needs all the cooling possible. So from the factory, especially when you're on the track in this vehicle, it tends to overheat. Driving in the canyons, it tends to overheat without the proper supporting cooling mods. I cannot stress that enough. They are super important. I highly recommend everything I just said in this under the hood here, and obviously the front mount intercooler, which is connected to the Mishimoto charge pipes down there. So yeah, I guess its performance is a positive, but one of the negative parts about it is the cooling aspect of everything. So yeah, all right, let's get on to the next thing I love about this car. Hold up though. And that will be nothing other but the interior. Yes, I have modified the interior a little bit, as you guys can see, and you've seen from previous videos. But coming from an OEM perspective, looking at it in that aspect, the interior is awesome. These seats hold you in like it's nobody's business through hairpins on the track, driving on the street. They're extremely comfortable, they're extremely plush, and I've had zero back issues, zero back pain with these seats. Another great thing was the steering wheel. Obviously I switched that out too because I love carbon fiber, as you guys know. It's not everybody's favorite cup of tea, but I like the thicker kind of steering wheels. But even from the factory, the full Alcantara steering wheel is super light. It wasn't a problem. The reason I got rid of it was because it got super dirty. So that is definitely a drawback on the 20 to 21 Type R steering wheels. They're just all Alcantara, so they get very, very dirty. Obviously I switched mine out to perforated leather and carbon fiber with the red stripe. So yes, but going back to the interior, I love it because there is so much space, even for my kids here in the back. You know, they have a lot of foot room. My kids are 3, daughter, and then 5 for my son. He's almost 6, daughter's almost 4, so basically they're 2 years apart, but they don't have any complaints. They love this car. They consider it a roller coaster thrill ride every time they're in it, right? Now, the coolest thing about the Type R, you guys don't have to worry, because the Type R just holds so much in the trunk, in the boot. If you're outside of the United States, call it the boot. But anyways, it is 23, I believe it's 23.6 cubic feet, and then 43.4 cubic feet when the seats are folded down. Obviously I have car seats in there, I can't do that. But you guys, I have moved from 2 houses now using this car, and let me tell you, it saved me money because I pile this thing up from the front to the back of the brim, and it's just, it never let me down. So storage is a great necessity about this vehicle. Holds more than any SUV you have ever seen. So yeah, okay. Storage and interior, great things about the Type R. All the ears are the same, they all have the same storage specs. Now, here's the next thing I love. It's the clutch, the transmission, the shifter, the feel of, you literally feel like you are in a race car, a Formula 1 dragging race car. That's how good the Type R feels when you drive it. So what does that mean, right? Well, the clutch, anybody can learn on this car, you guys. Like, you can literally learn how to drive stick on this vehicle because the clutch is so easy to operate. It's easy to work with. It's got a very mid pedal feel. It's not too light, it's not too heavy, it's literally just in the middle, and Honda designed it to make it that way so everybody can drive it. Okay, that's why they sell so many of these Type Rs. That's why everybody keeps coming back from a different vehicle back to their Type R that they got rid of. So yeah, I'm not saying that's true for everybody, but I can tell you I know some names, I won't name them, but they've come back from their previous vehicles back into the Type R. So yeah, anyways, okay, with all that being said, last thing that I want to show you in the interior is no, I got all that. You know what, there's nothing else I really want to talk about in the interior. Oh wait, yeah, there's one more thing. The infotainment system. I do not like the infotainment system in any of these cars. Even the 21 Type R, it tends to freeze sometimes. It tends to just bug out, reset itself. I mean, it's cool for what it is, but Honda went super basic on this infotainment system. Thanks for the volume knob, Honda, you know, but I really just turn this thing off real quick. Hold on, guys. I really just don't understand why Honda couldn't have given us a better infotainment system when we're spending $40,000+ on a car. You know what I mean? It's getting hot here. Put the car on. With all that being said, though, the infotainment system isn't super bad. It just has its issues here and there. Like, especially with Android Auto, when I try to connect the phone, it's like the phone has to be connected before the car actually turns on all the way. So you can't just leave it in accessory mode. You literally have to turn the car on all the way. I don't know if it's just my Type R that has this issue or others have it too. You guys can comment below if you do have that issue. But yeah, and obviously, like, there's people that do Honda hack on these and really mess them up. So I don't recommend that. I just left it very basic. I don't want any problems with the infotainment, but I still have them no matter what. So that's definitely a drawback on this vehicle. Another thing, you guys, I really like going back out here to the exterior. I know a lot of people don't like this, but I do. I love the spoiler on the Type R. I love how it sits. I love how it doesn't block your visibility when you're in the driver's seat trying to back up, trying to make turns. No blind spots from the spoiler at all. And this is obviously upgraded. As you guys know, it's the carbon fiber by EPR International. I love it. I don't think I'm ever switching it out for an APR or a Spoon or a Verus or anything like that. Mugen. I think it makes the vehicle, honestly, in the rear. And it's a tradition, you know, for the FK8. So I don't want to ruin that. I love it. I don't think I'm changing that at all. Excuse me. Another thing I love, which has also been switched out, but are the headlights. The design of the headlights is just awesome. So they're not on right now, but man, they should turn on. Hold on one second. Turn it. Let's try it one more time here. Okay. So the headlights, you guys, they're awesome. I love them. They're LED. They have DRL. These are VLAN headlights, but they look close to the stock. You guys seen these on previous videos. They have that blue effect to them. Obviously, it's not very dark out, so you can't see it. But yeah, love the design of the headlights. I don't think the 11th gen is going to top these headlights. We'll see. But yeah, it's amazing. What else can I say? I mean, just look at the side profile. Reminds me, these fenders right here remind me of like an M3 F80 or something equivalent to that, because they really stick out. I've never had a vehicle like this with the rear fenders bulging out, you know. So I think that's a pretty cool touch. I don't really have any complaints in the rear besides the exhaust from the factory is super quiet, the stock exhaust, and I have an HKS Liga Max on it now, which you guys heard in other videos, but yeah. Love the sound of the HKS, hate the sound of the stock exhaust, but it still did its thing. It didn't raw performance or anything, you know. Alright guys, so we talked about form, we talked about function, we talked about performance that we love about the vehicle, talked about some things I didn't really like much about it, like the infotainment system, the stock exhaust, the stock shifter, things like that, things that need to be improved with modifications, in my opinion. Not everybody's opinion, but I believe I went the correct route for all of those. Everybody has their different opinions on builds and whatnot because there's so many modifications out for this car, right? That brings me to my next point. There is a huge, and I'm talking massive, aftermarket out for this vehicle. For the 2017 to 2021 Honda Civic Type R FK8, there's a massive aftermarket from performance mods to suspension to transmission to driver train, everything like that. There is a ton of mods you can do, from strut bars to intakes to springs to coilovers to a whole bunch of different options for wheels, tires, everything. There's just a huge aftermarket support out for this car, and that is definitely a major plus of owning this vehicle. Now, with all that being said, what's it like maintenance wise, right? Because we talked about their performance mods and everything done to the vehicle. What's it like maintenance wise? Is it really expensive? The answer is no. Even though my car just hit 12,000 miles, you guys, the maintenance is not bad at all. Like, I still have the oil changes from Honda up to 3 years. I got that maintenance package. I believe it was the silver package, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I know I have the oil changes from Honda, but honestly, you guys, I'm just going to start using Motul and try to find a way to cancel that maintenance plan, maybe get my money back for it. I don't care. Maybe let Honda keep it. I don't know. But maintenance is not bad. Oil changes, regular 5,000 miles, I'd say. Tire rotation, you know, same thing. Wheels and balance, alignment, things like that. It doesn't really cost that much, as you guys think, to own this car. I mean, honestly, the BMWs I previously had before were a lot more money, okay? And the Mercedes, well, obviously is the top of the food chain, so that costed a lot of money to maintain. But for the Type R, no bro, it is great. It's great on gas mileage. That's another thing. 2330 stock OEM, and I'm getting like maybe 23 to 27 average right now on Honda Tune variable stage 2. Yeah, so I would say it's not a big deal, honestly. Maintenance and gas mileage is great on this vehicle. Getting dust in my throat. Sorry, but yeah. What else can I say? There hasn't been really any problems with the vehicle besides when I had it worked on by a previous somebody who I won't mention name, but it's nothing that Honda did. It's just things that weren't installed correctly, needed to be changed. Obviously that's done and over with. It's a new day, but yeah, I haven't really had any problems with the car before modifications or anything like that. No. It's so dusty out here, y'all. Arizona's dusty, like really fucking dusty. But anyways, what else? Well, we talked about the exterior, we talked about the interior, we talked about the engine, the performance, the gas mileage, the maintenance. Covered a lot here. Is there anything I would like to add? Yes. What would you like to add, Jay? Well, for the 11th gen Type R, I for sure hope they change that infotainment system. I for sure hope they change the driving, I would say the driving characteristics, but I don't want them changing the design completely of the vehicle and robbing its aerodynamics or anything like that. I just want it to be a clean, unique design just like this, the FK8, and I hope really Honda knocks it out the park, because you never know. I might be getting an 11th gen Type R to add to the collection. You never know. Never know what happens in Skylyfe projects. But yeah. Anything else I want to add? I would say a necessity would definitely be these, adding window visors like I do to every vehicle, but pretty much every vehicle. They really help out with the rain, you know. They really help out with the sun, and honestly, it deflects air, like it really does. You don't hear as much road noise, you know, things like that from the wind. So I would say that would definitely be a great thing. What else? You guys, I would say, like, give us individual options, suspension control. That's what I really wish this car would have, so we can customize, we can tailor our options from suspension, how the exhaust sounds, how, you know, the suspension settles, things like that. Okay, we have the comfort mode, we have the sport mode, and we have the R plus mode, right? Let us tailor it to our liking though. Let us set it individual. Like, it'd be so cool in the 11th gen if Honda can give you a performance option for adjusting the steering. How sick would that be? I know the steering is great in this car, but could it be better? Absolutely, yeah. Innovation, right? They can use their imagination and come up with something wild and really take this car to the next level, to where 10th gen car owners are like, hey, you know what? The 11th gen got this. Shoot, I might want to ditch my 10th gen and get into the 11th gen Type R because it has these features. That's what I'm saying. But I don't know, it's all a matter of preference, but those are some things that I would definitely change with this Type R to the 11th gen, and you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see how Honda rolls all this out. But look, if you guys did enjoy this video, please like, please subscribe, hit that notification bell so you always be alerted for future uploads like this. We got some, sorry y'all, battery died. But if you did like this video, please do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. We went over a whole bunch of stuff in this video, right? From the exterior to the interior to the engine, the performance, the gas mileage, the maintenance, just everything over the cost of ownership for my Type R. It's not a lot. I don't have like mathematically added up, but I could tell you it's probably roughly around, I don't know, like $1,800 to $2,200 just for the maintenance. So it's nothing major, trust me you guys, it's really not. With all that being said, we got more coming up. I'm actually PPFing the carbon fiber hood, you guys, right? PPFing the carbon fiber hood on Wednesday. So as I said, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, and I can't wait for it to be fully protected. So stay tuned for that video. That is coming up. Now, what else we got coming up in the pipeline? Well, there's actually more. Alright y'all, but that's enough talk. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Really appreciate you for sticking around for the video. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, smash that thumbs up button. And until next time guys, we got a lot coming more. So, alright y'all, much love and blessings. Skylyfe Projects.
This life takes you different directions. No telling where I'm headed. Others fail, while others come under lessons. Point is keep your